The only real job I had was I painted fire hydrants for a summer, which was sick, I guess. But like looking back, that's a cool like job.
That is random and cool.
I don't even know. I can talk about that for days. I have so many stories about that.
But you just dip them in like a...
Nah, you got two different kinds of paint, and the top is like this reflective paint. So the top of the hydrant, like when a fire truck comes by, like I'm so not into like fire truck stuff, but like it's interesting. Like you paint it reflective, so when they come by it, like they can see it. You literally have to like with brushes sit down. I put my hand on the top, and my back's probably still fucked up from it. And you literally just paint the fire hydrant. It takes like 10 minutes a hydrant. I would do like I'm supposed to do 8 to 10 a day. I do 8 to 10 in an hour. I do 8 to 10. If I was feeling myself, I'd go get my coffee. I'd do 8 to 10 in 3 hours. I'd have 5 hours left, and I just sit in my truck and sit on my phone or go home. Like not to, like obviously it's kind of messed up to say. I had my quota, whatever. I had to do 8 to 10. But I realized I could do 8 to 10, and it was a 9 to 5 job pretty much. I'd wake up, I'd go paint my hydrants. And once I realized I could do 8 to 10 in 3-4 hours, I would literally get my truck.
It doesn't sound like a job, bro. It doesn't sound like a real job.
I'd
wake up and I'd go paint my hydrants, bro.
I would go paint my dad's friend, one of my best friend's dad owns he's like the aqua water company. So I'd go in, and I've never said this on stream or anything. I might have, but it's like I literally used to get my truck because I knew I could paint them in 3-4 hours out of my 9-hour day, 8-hour day, and I would come home. I'd sleep for 2 hours on the job, and I would I'd literally get up, go get the truck, sign in, come home, sleep for 2 hours on the job, make food, go play video games, paint hydrants for the last 3 hours, and I'd hit the 8 to 10 and I'd leave. And I was getting paid. And I was like, this is the best job ever. Like I'm literally scared.
Yeah, you're just being efficient. No, you're being efficient.
I was being efficient. Yeah, I would because some people did take, and I paint them well too. Like some people did take 10 hours to paint, 9 hours to paint 10 hydrants. Like I don't know how.
Cole goes on dates now with like girls, and he's like walking down the street. He goes, "See that hydrant?
You don't even know." I painted that shit. If I on everything, when I drive by with my friends, my family, I'm like, yo, you see that? You see that? And they're like, what? I'm like, hydrant, that's mine. That's mine. Like I'm like a dog. Like I'm like, it's my hydrant.
I love that, bro. I love that.
Everyone. I did Philly. I went into Philly. I had people coming up to me.
You're like Monster D-Face, but less cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like exactly, but way less cool. No, I don't know.
Have you heard that story, the Monster D-Face one?
No.
He used to graffiti shit all over New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I mean, I was graffitiing hydrants with paint.
Yeah,
legally.
that's what I'm saying.
You're like the hydrant Michelangelo, bro. I'm sure they're beautiful.
Oh my god, bro! We used to go. There's this thing, 69th Street in Philly, like right before you get to Philadelphia. It is packed. I mean, it's like nice stores, but it is like the beginning of like the ghetto, sort of. It's like a rough neighborhood, and everyone knows it. And like you go in there, it is dangerous. I got these people, 50 years old, walk out to me, stumbling, being like, yo, like super, you could smell the alcohol. I'm like down hydrant. They're like, yo, what color paint is that? And I'm like, silver. It's like metallic silver. I'm painting every hydrant silver. They're like, yo, I had these girls, like they come to me like, I want that for my wall. And I'm like, you want this for your wall? It is silver. It is reflective. You want to paint your room this? They're like, where can I get that paint? I'm like, you are a psychopath. Like, this is not wall paint. I'm painting hydrants.
So then I'd go back to their place and I'd fucking rail them while they're painting the wall.
While painting the walls. It was an interesting job. A lot of conversations. There's only one time where I had to be like, I had to call my boss. Be like, I don't feel comfortable working here. I had people coming up to me like saying like, you got to get the fuck out of my neighborhood. I'm like, I'm painting your goddamn hydrants. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in the ghetto. I'm in Philly. People are really walking out to me, pulling out like knives on me, being like, you got to get the fuck out of here. This is my place. And I'm like, it's my job. So I called my boss. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to die painting your hydrants. And they're very cool with it. It's a union job. They're like, a lot of these people that worked with me were very lazy. And they're like, dude, if someone comes up to you and looks at you weird, just fucking leave. Just come back to the office and just leave. Just be like, you're chilling. Like, dude, it was funny though. It was a good job.